Hello again, Rebecca here. Today we are working with the dog's tail and that page map sketch. This is the last page in my take a sketch and a collection and see how much we can get out of it. So I've used the same sketch all month long. This is the fourth layout, like I said, and I used the same collection. It was the Echo Parks A Dog's Tale. Now, I did put a very, very, very nice dent in this collection, I do have to admit. I'm just trimming the branding strips off right here. So, I did put a dent in it. I did not use it up, so I went ahead and put it back in its nice little plastic baggie with all the trimmings, and I stuck a little sticky note on it and put partial kit. So, I'll go ahead and grab that in the future and use that for my random Fridays. So here I'm just going to trim this off an inch on two adjacent sides, but what I'm doing there is I knew the back of this paper had the strips, the border strips, so I decided to grab one that I would be more likely to use and cut it off of that side. Here I'm just going to cut the paper, which is probably why I had so much left over. But it's cute and I want to save it, and I have doggies, and to be fair, my dogs are the ones that are the most photogenic. They let me take more pictures of them than anybody. I'm going to go ahead and trim this one down as well. Now this sketch had a cardstock busy plain cardstock or a pattern paper that reads as a solid, and then another busy one. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to trim that down on two adjacent sides as well. And then I go ahead and I make a very big oopsie because I gutted this paper as well. And guess what? It should not have been gutted. And I will figure that out in just a minute. But I save the layout. And as soon as I get it done, I flip it over. I'm going to move my trimmer and I'm going to lay the pieces down. I'm going to take a drink of coffee first, apparently. I'm going to go ahead and lay this one down, and then I'm going to look at it and go, oh, well, yep, there you go. So I'm like, can I get it back in there? What do you guys think? I don't remember if I leave it back in there or not. I think I put that over to the side. I don't know which one I'm going to use because I don't remember. So I'm going to grab this pattern paper and I'm going to go ahead and cut it to the square that I need. And I will not be gutting this paper. So I'm basically just going to flip them. And I'm going to have pattern plaid paper that reads as a solid. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it down just a little bit more because I wasn't happy. Not enough of that paw print paper was sticking out. But it's okay because I save all the little scraps of this because obviously I don't get rid of any of those tiny scraps until I am done with the collection. And then I only save big pieces. But the whole goal is to not have any pieces at all, just little pieces that you can recycle. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up to where it looks good to my eye. And obviously, that cardstock that we get there I got tons of it from Michael's when the paper pads went on sale. They're not square. They're not fully square 12 by 12s. So I am just trying to get this all lined up to where I like it. Make sure it's straight, move it around, kind of get it centered. And then because I gutted it, it makes my little one side, other side a little bit harder to do, but we get her done. So I usually do the right side first because, I'm right-handed. Then I go ahead and I rotate the paper and I do then the right, then the left, and then I do the bottom strip. And then I just drop the paper on it. And I adhere that all down. So I am going to go ahead and put this other gutted faux pas down. And we're just going to get it in there, and probably shouldn't have done, I was pretty impressed with the fact that I did all the adhesive. So that is kind of what it's going to look like. So I'm actually just adding an additional layer to the sketch. Totally fine though, right? Because I already had 3 layouts that used the sketch. None of them turned out the same. And I really did try to, stick to like the not so much the guidelines, but like the dimensions and the amount of paper that went on each. But seriously, I'll do a wrap up video that'll post in a couple hours after this video. You can't really tell that I sat there and did them all in a row using the same sketch. So I go ahead and cut this gutted piece that I should not have gutted. And I'm going to go ahead and get that on as to where the plaid paper should have just been. But it's okay. I think it turned out all right. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you think my mistake turned into a happy, magical layout. What you would have done differently, or if you would have just, done what I did. I'm going to go ahead and use this photo of my weirdo dog. Right now we're calling her How Now Brown Cow because she keeps eating grass. Not real sure. I don't understand. I shouldn't have a tummy ache. I've taken her to the vet. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with her. She just likes to graze like a brown cow. But anyway, this is actually how she sleeps. No one wraps her up. Every once in a while, my fiance will wrap her up like a burrito and she lays there forever. But I came into the living room the other day, and she had her blanket, which is the brown blanket, and she also has Afghan on that I crocheted, and it matches the couch. So I put it on the chair, and it just covers the chair, and then we throw her brown blanket over it so that she doesn't get doggy hair and everything all over everything. Well, as you can see, she roots it around until she gets herself wrapped up, and that's how I found her. So I'm going to go ahead and take this frame, and I did just cut it out on 2 of the corners just so I can get it underneath the photo. And I'm going to grab that other one, and I believe I'm going to stick it up here. Now, I'm not going to stick it under. I am sorry about my head. I am lining it up. We're just going to get it to where it sits like that. And then I was looking to see about this frame, because for this collection, I did pull in some other embellishments from my stash because all I had was the sticker sheet and nothing else. So I think next month I'm going to grab one that has more of a die cut pack and stuff in it. Now, yes, that is a bee, a bumblebee. My dog's name is Bee, but that little bee, that is from my mom's when she was in grade school, and it was a part of the patches that she sewed on her jean coats in the 70s. And I have had that. I've got a whole bunch of them, and I recently found them, and instead of holding on to them and hoarding them, I am using them in my beautiful layouts. And my mom actually seen one the other day and almost started crying. That little doggy there is just a little doggy, just a little brown doggy with flowers on her head, and I figured it kind of fit because Bee's a brown doggy with a blanket on her head. I'm going to go ahead and just pop up the top of the doggy head. And this little sticker right here that says, "Don't feed the bears." Yeah, it was just kind of a, because she's always begging for food. Now, I also had all these doggy die cuts. Like I said, I do scrapbook a lot of doggy pictures because they don't have a choice but to pose for me. The fiance and the son, and even the fiance's daughter, kind of all run from me. And I'm like, people, I need pictures to scrapbook. So I will scrapbook horrible pictures of you unless you start doing poses. They've learned. My fiance has since started to actually just pose because he's like, "Oh my God, that is a horrible picture of me." I'm like, well, you wouldn't pose. So now I got you looking like that. I'm going to go ahead and run some twine through that little die cut. Now, that is actually a die cut that was on vellum. And all I did was take it and put it on some white cardstock. I'm going to pop that up as well on the wonderful little foam dots that are never going to die. I still have like 35 packs of those. It's down from the 55 that I started with at the beginning of the year. But that is mostly because I ran out of fun foam, or any foam at all other than this stuff. And with the COVID in line, I really just... If I could go to the dollar store and buy a pack of foam, I would totally do it. But, I'm afraid of the world, so I can't justify placing an order for something that I clearly have an abundance of, even if it is annoying and those little backing stickers are everywhere in my house. I'm also just going to get this little, I don't know what it says. I think it says Bow Wow or roll. I don't know. There was a whole bunch of them in these little cute things. And they were all brown, and the collection is brown based, so I went with it. Grabbed in some of this little orangey red color, and I'm just creating clusters right around the photo. I mean, I guess actually I'm following the thirds law or whatever it is, but I have tried to really, I don't really follow that rule anymore. I've kind of broke away from that, and I kind of just put random clusters wherever I want them. Sometimes more than 3, sometimes less than 3. Sometimes it's just all over the place. I've moved in that direction, and I actually like that a lot better. I don't like to abide by the rules that you have to put the 3s in a triangle so that then the center of the triangle is the picture to bring your... Look, man, my eyes go into the picture and everything on the page when I'm looking at other people's stuff, whether you got, you know... You gotta do what you like to do. So... definitely been taking advantage of that. I go ahead and just start getting all these stickers and just embellish mine until my little heart is content. I really was trying to use up the collection, so more was definitely more on this one. This is a little doggy from the sticker sheet that has got he's like a little detective doggy. I don't know. He's cute. I wanted to use him. I did use a lot of the stickers, though. I was pretty impressed. I do pop up a lot of the stickers. I don't lay them flat. There's a lot of layers, so if you lay a sticker and you see the bumpy bumps, sometimes I'm okay with it, and today I clearly was not okay with it. And you can actually see all the other stuff that I've been using for this series. There's the, on the top of the glass, my desk has a tier on it, and that is where my stencil with the gold modeling paste. I don't really know what that is. Gold glaze. I'm not real sure what it is. Picked it up a Tuesday morning and fell in love with it, and then went back and bought all the colors they had. Definitely trying to get into more mixed media. Working on that. So big exciting things coming to the channel in the mixed media department. We'll learn together. It's the only way that you can get better at something is if you do it. Practice does make you better, not perfect, just better. And I have, I've done it several times. I really like to work with it. I'm just scared of it. I don't want to ruin my paper. I love paper more than I love anything. Well, not my child, my dogs, or my fiance. Maybe the fiance. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just adding a couple more embellishments on this, and I'm not really sure what else I'm going to do. I am going to take these, some glittery enamel gemmy things that I have, and I store them on those sheets like that. If you guys are a fan of Mercy Tierra, she did a video when she came back to us from her little hiatus, and she was storing them like this, and oh my god, I love it. Like, all my colors are on the right page, so all I have to do is look for a color, and then I have, gems, enamels, all things. So go ahead and give me a thumbs up if